Ready, kids? This is what happens when your kids have too much sugar. Huh? Sugar boy?
Sugar
How
kid.
about you? Sugar boy?
What about you?
Alright. Let's go and get outside.
Hi.
We're just gonna take a walk. Kids.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the
Nice
park.
sunny day. It's the month of February. A lot better than being cold. See, we still got the pile of ice, snow there. So, yeah! That was a big poop. Almost stepped on.
That's a big pool.
Ohio. I think boy.
That's funny. Why? Have one? Then I'm just gonna go at the park and big dog.
So it's been kind of nice, just kind of getting out of the house, you know, being with the family, you know. So basically all in 3 months I've been trying to obtain some car parts from Japan. I have been collecting them for this build. Mostly are aerodynamic, so I know it's gonna be like some good parts for sure, and I will promise you guys I'll put that on the content, and just stay tuned. Anyways, getting back to it, I'll put up the videos now with the SR20 build. Basically, today's work is about rebuilding the bottom side of the motor, from the lower pan to the upper oil pan. This SR20 motor I have is the later year of the Nissan 180SX Type X model. In fact, Nissan 180SX S13 chassis was so popular back in the 90s. The reproduction line even continued after the year of 95 until 98. Unfortunately, the reproduction line never made it to the US soil. Minor differences between the earlier SRs versus the late SRs are only the ECU and the harnesses. So this is what we got after removing the lower oil pan for inspections. Looks like the previous owner went a little overboard on the oil strainer. I'm guessing he wanted to get a better oil flow for his motor? I don't know, but that is my wild guess. But nevertheless, we will be replacing this oil strainer to an OEM S14 oil strainer pickup from the Nissan factory itself. Now, why go for an S14? It's a different year. Would it fit? Well, the answer for that is the S14 considered as an upgrade for an increased oil flow for its wide opening. The two bolts and the brackets that braces the pickup tube will fit right onto the griddle. In the meantime, I've also managed to salvage the oil janky oil pan to reuse, as I plan to upgrade for a new one in the near future. After disassembling the upper oil pan, I went ahead and soaked this up with some heavy degreaser to completely clean all the gunks. Now going to the point, I gently used the putty scraper tool to remove the oil silicone seal on both sides of the upper oil pan, since this attaches in between the block and the lower oil pan. Now, after removing most of the silicone seal, I used the Scotch-Brite for scuffing to remove the rest. No, it will not score or leave any gouge on the surface material, so don't worry. After I'm done scuffing, I went ahead and used a brake cleaner to wipe out all the residues. Now to begin prepping for paint, I used the general use masking tape to get a cleaner or better results. So when doing this procedure, it's always good to do your inspections after you've cracked open your motor, making a 100% closer look on the internals to see if there are any damages. Now to the engine block. You do the same scenario. Start by scraping away the old silicones from the internals. The key is to always take your time when doing this because you did not want to create a problem by gouging the block surface, as the block material is made aluminum. Now I've also managed to replace the rear main seal. In my opinion, it's mandatory to replace this part after a few years pass. This took me about 10 minutes banging this in with the mallet. Finally, here's the better look before I assemble it back together. Just admiring the cleanliness by mocking the oil pans into the motor. It's now and about ready to lay some new silicone for its official install. Tell me what you guys think. Is this something worth doing before installing the motor onto the engine bay? Personally, I think it's absolutely worth it. But please let me know down in the comments. So, without further ado, let's put this bad boy back together.